Brazil has a very special place in my heart. My whole family lives there mostly, and I actually lived there in 1970, but I was only 5 years old, so I was too young
Okay.
to really understand what was going on. But you weren't even born yet in 1970, so
Yeah.
yeah. How did you first hear about Rubens and what happened to him? I mean, was it kind of a big news story down there?
Yes, it is. But even for our even to the Brazilians, the story is not that clear. I mean, so even myself, I mean, I'm super fan of Marcelo Rubens Paiva, who was the who was his son, who wrote the book which this film is based on, and I'm a big fan of Marcelo. And I knew something about his father, but not exactly. So see, even an actor, I mean, supposedly to know the story, and I didn't. I mean, so can you imagine how many people doesn't know the story? So that's how that's what this film is so important to be made.
Yeah. I mean, you hear about this stuff happening in other South American and Latin American countries like Chile and stuff like that. I never knew that Brazil had that same thing going on down there. It was like, were you kind of shocked when you started learning that this was happening in the 70s?
Yes, yeah, this period took like 2 decades, more than 2 decades, and then it's very important to tell these stories. But the main thing is how to tell the story, and then we bring this name of Walter Salles because this guy is a gentleman in life and a gentleman with the camera in his hands. So the way he manages a story, so it's very delicate, very elegant. I mean, talk about Central Station, Motorcycle Diaries. You have always a very touching film, and in a very sensitive way. So again, I'm Still Here is the same guy, same Walter, telling this story, but now through the eyes of this family, through this point of view. So the point of view is the affection, the friendship, and then we can see this story in a very moving way, and then you can have parallel not only Brazil but around the world. I think that's why the film is so well received in many countries. Like we were like Venice, Toronto. I mean, and then we're doing well, and we're happy to be here.
Mm. How did Walter approach you for this? I mean, did you guys know each other? Because obviously, you're a filmmaker yourself. I mean, do you guys know each other just from the circuit or?
Oh yes, yeah, we know each other for a long time. Actually, we tried to work once, but it didn't work for some reason. And but I believe in this. I believe in this kind of mystery of life. It's because should be this one, and then he called me to have this conversation. Then he showed me this story, the idea, and he literally goes, "So you want to play Rubens Paiva?" And was like, "So, but this is like you call me to put me on tape. Is an audition. You're talking to another actress." And he goes, "No, no, I'm inviting you." So, oh my God, such honor. And I'm in without reading the script. I'm in. And then I read the script, then I read the book, but I was totally, I mean, I trust him a lot, and I'm a big fan before to be a partner. I'm a big fan of Walter.
And you get to be kind of in the fun part of the movie. I mean, obviously, what happened to him, it was terrible, but you're not in the movie. You're there for the family stuff and the fun and the parties and all that stuff. And which was really so. Were you actually around at all when you were filming other stuff, or did you just see that for the first time when you saw the movie?
Great question, because we shot the film in a chronological way, which is very unique, very rare. So when I left the screen, I literally left the film.
Hmm.
So and then I went to another work. And then, and then the family felt my absence, I mean, so it was very interesting experience, beautiful experience. And yes, you're right. When I watched the film for the first time was a shock to me because I was like an ordinary audience. I mean, because I didn't know. I mean, okay, I read it, but I didn't know what happens next when I left the screen. So then finally I saw the film, so like an audience, and it was very painful, to see the family, the suffering, Fernandes struggling, Eunice struggling to the end until she gives the character to her mom, Fernanda Montenegro. I mean, yeah, it's a very touching experience for us who did the film and for the audience.
Listen, it's a pleasure meeting you. I wish more Brazilian films got up here. I'd love to talk to you about some of your other films, but very few of them get up here, unfortunately. But thanks so much for your time, and I'll hopefully hope we'll talk again later. I'll
Thanks a
see you soon.
lot.